Hey guys, here with HB trying out Sandberg, which is a new little card. Haven't found a deck that I'm really happy with it yet. The difficulty is there's kind of multiple problems you can have with the card. One is you need a lot of money for it, does a whole lot of stuff, so getting +1 or +2 strength isn't really that significant. You really want to get like 4 or 5 to the point where there's taxing them out. Other problem being if you're against an asset spam deck or even against security testing, then it's just an open remote that they can exploit very heavily. It seems like most corp decks now either want to play a ton of assets and just overwhelm the runner, or play like no assets and have like one remote that is hard to get into repeatedly. So playing like a Sandberg is putting you in the middle of those strategies kind of awkwardly, because you want to have not a ton of remotes, but mainly just your scoring remote and then the Sandberg remote. But then you're spreading your ice thinner. It's tricky. So up against Hayley, haven't seen much come out yet. I don't know if he was freaked out at me playing 3 remotes because he decided to check a bunch of them. Probably no res any of these. I'm looking for ice. That's pretty good. Do I leave HQ open and just lose an agenda here? I think that's probably fine. What I want to do is get my Adonis to go out and live. That'll start getting me the money to make my Sandberg really good. So I've tried this in Palna because you get the free money from your ID, obviously, but I think we can make more money with campaigns, especially with Breaker Id. So it's like more of a traditional like pitchfork type Hayley, not playing spy cameras like the ProCo. He's in good shape to have this early because we're going for a bit of a longer game, and the longer the game is, the more the ProCo is pretty ridiculous. But Adonis is rolling and our Jackson's still alive. I don't know if we should let this Jackson sit because we're going to be getting quite a bit out of this. The Eli is probably not that great. The next bronze, on the other hand, could be pretty good. But I'm going to wait and see if I want to play the next bronze on the remote and do like a 2 remote or a 2 ice score for this beta test. Or I could res the Eve campaign, hard res it, and just start taking that down too. So with Claude, he's probably not going to have Imp or anything too fancy. Yeah, he's poor enough that this Eve should live. Oh, another next ice. Cool. I think I'm going to actually draw again. Try to find... Do I need to ice this Eve campaign is the question, and I think the answer is I don't have to. I really want to have 2 ice to have a double gear check on this scoring remote, because I want to put agenda in when this Adonis runs out. He is going to kill it, okay. You got the cash, so that's the card he needed, right? So maybe we do want to ice this Eve. Yeah, it should be fine. Next, bronze or silver? Probably the silver, or the bronze actually. Nah, probably the silver. I want to have 2 different ice types on the Adonis remote. So we're a buck short of Sandberg doing anything, but if he doesn't have Parasite, that's not a worry anyway. Kind of the main benefit of this Sandberg I can see in this deck is keeping your ice from dying to Parasite too easily. And if this could be a 3 strength ice, that's going to take quite a while for Parasite to kill it. He's gonna run this Jackson. I think we let him trash. He doesn't have that much money right now. I kind of want him to keep paying so he's not gonna be able to contest this beta test efficiently. So he's on 6 credits. How do we feel about doing the sales team? He's gonna be actually pretty high next turn. I think we just go for the beta test. I don't think we try to do the sales team. We do have a Caprice in here we can use to make this a lot safer. So this is going to give, what, +3 strength? I guess it costs him $1. Can't complain too much about that. He has to come kill this now, I'd say. Oh, he's not. He's going to let us have our agenda. Okay. Do we fire the beta test? We already have 3 agenda in hand, so I'm going to fire it. Yeah, Architect. So we put that on server 3. He is going to score, unfortunately, but this makes me feel better about pushing the sales team. I don't know if he can even beat a 6-power Architect right now. So we can install double advance, but yeah, he's gonna kill the Sandberg. Sounds good. I think we may just install single advance. And what? Take a credit or defend R&D? I think we defend R&D. Well, then my hand is really exposed, right? Then I'll have only 2 agendas and 3 cards, and this is just an Eli, so I don't even want to res this. I think we'll just not res HQ and try to play our agendas to our remote as fast as possible. He didn't check the beta test. Probably a mistake, but I guess he knows there's 2 Jackson in the bin, so he's hoping I don't find the 3rd Jackson or archived memories. I think really he has a spare click he can use to check without getting that far behind. Alrighty, so the sales team is out the door. Excellent news. And now, he still doesn't have a ton of breakers. He needs 2 more breakers, so another clone chip to SMC everything out. But I'm not that happy about just slamming the food in this remote, because he can definitely get in. Say he would pay 2 lady tokens here. Probably a cyber cipher, so this won't tax him hardly at all. We'll see if he cyber ciphers R&D. This may cause him to not have a cyber cipher for the server 3. Sharpshooter. Oh, it's Panther Shooter. Okay. Oh no, he just wanted to get that down and get the cyber cipher out from R&D. Gotcha. So he's gonna get to dig us. Probably fine. Now that he's popped his SMC, we gotta figure if he's tricking us and he's got more in reserve. Because if he's got the scavenge in hand, he can switch it to server 3 and go in that way. Oh, he's got the clone chip, so that's pretty good too. I mean, he has to overwrite if he does chip back. Really, we're trying to tax lady tokens. Another Sandberg. Excellent news. Because I don't know what, if anything, he has to deal with the Sandberg. Surprised he didn't trash that, actually. I think I would have trashed Sandberg from R&D. He's got 11 bucks in Tech Writer. If he face checks the Architect and we're able to flip our Sandberg and he's not ready for it, then it'd be a huge blow. We get our Jackson back, we get to save our agenda, get a campaign back. Did he forget about checking this beta test? It's not like he has a CVS out. Well, I'm going to save my agenda then if he's not going to check. Problem solved. So let's dump this for Vitruvius, and we can dump... Can get enough barriers to make Eli annoying. The magnet's going to make Cyber Cypher sad. I don't think he has Parasite. I don't think he does. So I think one magnet will be enough. So we're gonna look for Caprice now. Caprice is how this food gets scored safely. How it gets scored unsafely is by trying to get enough lady tokens that he can't break here in one go. Like if he would have like a third next silver go on this remote. So that archive memories was big for us. We saved 2 points. We got our other Jackson back into our deck. Like maybe you didn't need to check that right away, but at some point you should have checked it. But there was not a lot of scoring pressure happening over here, because he has this giant bank of Tech Writer money, right? All right, so we are definitely in a scenario where I don't really want to play any of these cards. The other archive is pretty good for us. We could Magnet HQ. It's going to make it hard for him to take these agendas. I don't want to put them in just yet. I'm thinking about getting an Adonis campaign, because that's going to be $12 into our Sandberg. Sandberg is unique, by the way. You can't see it here, but you can only have one res at a time. It would be pretty ridiculous if you get a whole bunch of them and just give all your ice plus 3 strength per $5. So my big question for him is, how does he beat a large architect? Does he have like Pancha for the sharpshooter? Does he just gonna make a big Atman? Is he playing a Femme Fatale? We don't really know. So I can feed this agenda, or I can just start ticking Adonis. Or we can just try to sneak out. I think I'll try to sneak the beta test out. I then I don't have to broadcast my food as much. I can score the Vitruvius to win from a never advanced scenario. Once I'm on 6-2, he's going to maybe start having to run random cards that I put in here. He's got 41 credits. Let's see what he has to deal with. This architect that's going to be at strength 7. It fires. Cool. Top 5 cards. Turing, Hedge, Next Silver, Architect, Vitruvius. It's probably got to be Architect, Server 7. And then if we install our other Sandberg into Server 7, keeping the Sandberg dream alive. Now he can kill this one if he wants to, but then we've got the second one popping up right away. Still has some stim money. Will he clone ship out something else? He could get another lady or his SMC. He should spend it in some way. So maybe he can't stop this architect. Maybe we could have jammed food way earlier and had it go through. Well, maybe not, as it would have. We didn't have like anything we could install from archives to stop him that way. So we know Turing's on top of R&D. Turing is kind of whatever against the Cyber Cipher. He probably has 1 or even 2 scavengers in his hand right now. I don't know if he has a way to deal with this architect. He's going to go R&D. That's fair. Okay. So there's a Vitruvius in there. I forgot already. I think it's the 3rd card. Maybe it's the 4th card. Makes you worried to beta test anyway. Two lady tokens. So if he wants to get in here, he's got to refresh his. He's got to refresh his lady, and he has to move his Cyber Cipher to play his second one. I don't think that's very safe. I think I'd rather tick my Adonis here and just see if he wants to come after this. I think I still want to get the Caprice and score the food. Oh. Well, that's pretty good against Sandberg. Wow. All right. What's the plan? I guess we just res all our ice into it. Our ice is going to tax him to a reasonable degree. And we're going to make it awkward for him having a code gate here. This is why I placed code gate here. And you kind of Cyber Cipher deck, you want to be on the lookout for ways you can annoy them by putting your code gates very spread out. So you've got one on R&D, one on HQ, one on the remote. Don't have one on any of these remotes. Probably would have been a good way to go. I'm starting to think I should have kept the second magnet, and it would have been better than Well, I don't know. Everything's good. So he's getting a zoo out. Interesting. So we're going to be on 2 after the vamp. Our other option is to res this. He's got to pay... What's the ice power? We'll be on 18. It'll be 6 power. He has to pay 3. So actually this is fine. We pay 3, he pays 3, and he pays the lady token. Yeah, so we're gonna have actually enough credits to defend this vamp very nicely. And then the recovery is on already with the Adonis Breaker Bay. We're in good shape. I think he needed to pop the Tech Rider before he did this vamp. Then he would have had 6 more. We would have been literally on 0. And then he could have come and taken this agenda. But now we can't even afford to break anything on the way in. So I don't like that vamp. It's throwing the right idea, but the execution was not there. Yeah, taking it now is... It's whatever. Like, our Sandberg's alive. He couldn't trash the Sandberg. Oh, baby. That's good. Just credit here, right? His lady is almost empty, and he's already spent 3 clone chips. Does he have levy in there? He might just peter out of gas. Even if he has to levy, it's going to be a setback for him. So I think he gets the Vitruvius here. It's fine. Actually, I could have drawn it last turn if I remembered it was there. I'm so unused to Architect actually firing. When it does, I'm like, wow. How do I remember what cards are on top of my deck? So it's no need to fire this now. It's just risky for no reason. We'll cover our R&D to stop from losing there, and we should be able to just put the sales team in. I don't think he can deal with this Architect except by vamping us. And his lady is going to now take a ton of tokens. If you see Shivers Without Parasite these days, it's really good for playing Next Dice. I think I could see Next Dice making a comeback. Even with Parasite, none of these dice are that easy targets. Oh, the Ash. That's exactly what we're looking for. That is the card. An Ash or a Caprice is what we're waiting for the whole game to make this happen. Could he have Councilman? Yes, he could. So I'm just going to res this early. At least make him Paul-Op, but the Paul-Op costs too much for him to get down. And we didn't see it, I don't think, on the first pass. The Sandberg definitely did work. I don't know how happy I am about making 3 remotes. See, this is kind of awkward, but what does let us do is have it Sandberg out and our Econ remote and still have a Scoring Ash remote, so that's kind of neat. Yeah, he's just desperate now. It's not what he needs. Next dice coming up with 4 subs, 3 subs. Yeah, still 2 80 tokens. Yeah, he taps out. All right, so if we remembered to draw our Vitruvius properly, we would have had a clean sweep this game. Definitely like this, maybe a little better than the Palna version. I like having the campaigns, the asset economy. Feels like you can do it a little bit more effectively. What was left in our deck? So we had another Ash, we had the Caprice, didn't come out. It's fine. Sandberg, yeah, we had some good draws coming up. Our beta test would have been not very good at all. So it's good to not fire it. I think really you mostly want to fire it only if A, it's safe, or B, if you're going to lose if you don't fire it, because the runner's late game is much better than yours. Which I think in a lot of cases, like a lot of anarchs are going to be able to beat you in the late game by trashing all your ice. So if you can get a resed anything like against Val, it's quite nice. Stops the blackmails. Then you have something to score behind. All right, thanks for watching.